Namaste. How's everybody doing today? Are you with me? Don't see anybody checked in quite yet. If you're here, give me a little hello and I'll know we can start. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue with my peaceful meditations because I see it's not quite 10 yet. Got a couple of minutes more. Hey, Audrey and Craig, how are you? Good morning. Wonderful to have you with us. So, welcome everybody. I hope you found your position on your yoga mat. We're going to start seated, back straight, hands on knees, with a little bit of a camel ride. Arch the back and round the back. Lift the face and drop the head. Breathing in, breathing out. You can let this be a really large movement or small movement, whatever suits you. It's more about the breath, breathing in and out, connecting with your spine a little bit, letting any tension or worries just leave the body. Let yourself be here, now, content with your body, mind, and spirit all joined together through yoga breathing, yoga movement. And just let that little ego mind that's always talking, let it just silence itself and be here and now, quiet and still. Lovely. Hands on knees, let's look over one shoulder and over the other shoulder. Keep it gentle. Everything we do is gentle. Everything I suggest that we do is optional for you. You can be with me, or you could modify to make it perfect for you. And if that doesn't work, just rest and wait and catch up with us on the other side. Everything gentle and soft, letting yourself be, and back to your camel ride, breathing in and out. Lovely. Coming back to seated tall. Bring the hands to prayer pose. Let the fingertips of the index be right up at the top of your forehead. Maybe the thumbs are somewhere around the bridge of your nose. Thank you for that. Lovely. All right. I feel it. Just take a moment to honor your true self. And be grateful for this opportunity that you brought yourself to your yoga mat to take care of yourself. It's so special, isn't it? And we have Ellis from Netherlands. Hi, Ellis. Wonderful that you're here. All right. Well, we're going to take the right leg up and put the foot flat on the floor. So we sort of have a 90-degree angle between the two legs. One knee up, one knee off to the side. Bring those hands down to the floor, shoulder inside the knee. Look down and bend down. Push up, bend down, push up. Exhale down, inhale up. One more time. And come up, look left over your left shoulder, look right over your right shoulder. And allow the shoulders to shift just slightly. Left and right, 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Come back to looking straight down. Lower yourself down, lift it back up. Down and up. Last time, down and up. Come on up, change feet. Hands to the floor in front, shoulder inside that knee. Come on down, exhale. Push back up, inhale. Down and up. Awesome, let's look left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Come back to the middle and down and up. Drop it down. Exhale. Push it up. Inhale. 2 more times. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, bring those feet in front, feet on the floor, knees up, and come back on your elbows. Let's just windshield wiper the knees left and right. Let the feet roll over from one side to the other side. Little toe edge, big toe edge, and flip it. Back and forth a few more times, just breathe. Be loose and free, gentle, soft. Knees up. Still back on those elbows. Stretch your left leg out. Bring your right knee towards your nose and then circle that knee around. Breathe a lot and change direction whenever you feel like it. Let your knee be as making a big circle if it's okay with your hip. If it's not okay with your hip, you can make a small circle. Or you can just hold it. Think about what your body really needs right now. This is your time to take care of yourself. Listen with love to whatever the body has to say. It's something important for sure. And remember, pain is not necessarily your enemy. Change legs now. Pain is a message. And you can listen with love. Breathe air to that spot that's asking for a little attention. Give it some love instead of hate. It doesn't do you any good to hate the pain. Don't feed the negative. Keep it positive and loving. Circle that knee around, change direction whenever you feel like it, and keep breathing. Let it be as big a circle as you're happy with. Bring the knee to the nose, and then all the way to the floor. And let's drop on down. Extend the arms overhead and point the toes. Stretch the body long. your hands down. Sort yourself out. Make sure you feel balanced and comfortable on the ground. Shoulders and hips equally weighted. And one hand's fingertips find the sternum or the heart. The other hand's fingertips find the belly button or the lower abs. We're just going to observe the breath. Let your breath be deep and full and easy. Notice your hands rising. One more nice, slow, deep, full breath. And let it go. All right, let's bring the feet together. So the big toes are touching on the inside, and reach your hands towards your toes. This is just a little bit of a reach. Lift the face and look towards your toes. Reach your fingertips as if they really, really, really want to touch the toes. Shoulders come up. And you can come up as high as you want, or keep it low. You don't have to tighten the muscles of the legs. The legs can be uninvolved. If you feel like that's better for you, you can tighten those muscles. Point your toes, flex your ankles, whatever works for you. For me right now, I've got my legs relaxed, my feet are completely relaxed, and I'm just reaching with my fingertips. Keep reaching, keep breathing, keep breathing. And slowly come down. Bring those arms overhead again. Stretch the body long. Breathe in. Feel free to expand your ribs. This time, bring your hands down and just find the inner lower edge of your rib cage. Let your fingertips just tuck in a little bit there at the edge. And breathe in and really expand your rib cage and feel with your hands the ribs expanding. Let's see if we can breathe in, expand the ribs, and then inflate the diaphragm before you exhale. Expand the ribs, breathe in. And keep the ribs expanded, inflate the diaphragm, breathe in. Let it all go, exhale. Breathe in, expand the ribs. Inflate the diaphragm, breathe in. And let it all go. One more time, expand your rib cage, breathe in. Inflate the diaphragm, breathe in. Let it all go, exhale. Nice, awesome. Let's put the heels close to the hips, bring the knees up and the hands alongside the hips. Fingers pointing towards your heels. We're going to lift the hips up off the ground and then drop it down, touch the floor, bring it back up. Bring it as high up as you like. Down, exhale, up, inhale. Down, exhale. Up, inhale. Down, exhale, touch the floor and pick it up again, inhale. 3 more times, just like that. I'll be quiet so you can concentrate. Up and down. All right, bring it up this time and hold it up. Let your hips move left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Pulse it up, push it up, pulse it up, push it up. Pulse and exhale. 3 more. All right, bring the hips down, bring the knees to the chest, hands to the knees, squeeze it in and release. 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 And let's stretch those arms and legs up into the air. Sorry, I need to make sure I'm on camera for you. Reach it up. Circle the ankles, circle the wrist. Change direction whenever you feel like it. Circle those ankles and wrists around. Breathe deep. Send the oxygen up. Send the blood up to the toes and the fingers. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes for me. Let's let the hands drift left and right. The feet too drift left and right. So you're really putting a little bit of a sideways bend in the ankles and the wrists. and then flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. Let's flex and bring those arms and legs down and push it up and point. Flex, bring it down, push it up and point. So let's go 10 more times. Push it up and point. Flex, bring it down, push it up. That's 9. Flex, bring it down, push it up. That's 8. Flex and bring it down, push it up. That's 7. Flex, bring it down, push it up. And 6. Flex, down, up and point. 5. Flex and down, push it up. Flex, bring it down, push it up. 3. Flex, bring it down, push it up. 2. And flex, bring it down, push it up, and that's 1. Let's take the right hand reaching for the left toes. Shoulder comes off the ground, reach. And come on down. Left hand reaching for the right toes. Shoulder comes off the ground, reach. Let's go back and forth a few more times. Reach. Come all the way down, both shoulders on the ground before you reach up again. Reach up, down, reach up, down, reach up, down, reach up, down. 3 more on each side, and 2 more on each side. Last one on both sides. Bring those arms and legs down to the floor for a well-deserved rest. Let your feet flop outward. Spread your arms out in the surrender pose or wherever it feels good for your arms to be. And make sure again that you feel balanced and comfortable on your back. Settle into the floor. We're going to bring that right knee up to the chest and just give it a gentle hug. Just hug it in, hug it in, hug it in, and then we'll stretch it up. Stretch the leg up. If you don't get your leg straight, it's okay. And you can interlock your fingers behind your knee. Or if you have a strap handy and you prefer, you can use a belt or strap or a piece of fabric and hook your foot there. We're just going to ask the leg to come a little bit closer to the face. Like just start with 1 inch. Pull it close to the face and back to vertical. Slowly finding what's the range of motion for this leg. Maybe it is a small little arc of 1 inch or 2 or 3 or 4. That's okay. As long as you move through your full range of motion and breathe with the movement, the body will thank you. The body loves to move. It needs its air. Let's not be stagnant, stiff. Let's keep flexible and freely move like we did when we were younger. And even sometimes you see young people who are stiff. Even sometimes you see old people who are flexible. Take care of yourself. You should be able to stay flexible well into whatever age you might be. It can happen. There's nothing written in stone. All right, now you've found your full range of motion most likely. Let's see if we can just nudge that edge, that therapeutic edge, that edge where if you went any farther, you'd probably have a little pain tomorrow. Let's not go into that no-go zone, but let's acknowledge where the edge is. Then hold the leg at or near the edge of your range of motion for a 30-second static stretch. I'll watch the clock. You just try and relax that leg and keep breathing. Allowing the back of the leg to get a lot of stretch, creating space, lengthening the tissues, letting the fluids flow up and down from heel to hip through the back of the leg. That's 30 seconds. If you feel the urge to go a little deeper, You can follow the urge. If you don't feel the urge, you're probably right where you need to be. Just stay there and keep breathing. This is where the real stretch happens, the real therapy happens. Keep breathing. Let it be kind of intense, but not painful. And then we're releasing the leg, bending the knee, rolling up on the other hip, and let the foot find the floor. Bend both knees a little bit. And when you feel right, just open your arms out from your shoulders like a capital letter T, and maybe turn your head in the opposite direction of your knee, as long as you can relax your neck and shoulders. Don't force your neck and head to go where they don't want to go. And notice you may have some sort of automatic, instinctive, habitual, possibly protective holding somewhere in the body, maybe in the rib cage or the spine or the hips or the shoulders or anywhere. Notice it. And as you exhale, really try and let go of that tension, that holding sense. The healing is in the release. Let go. The healing is in the release and the exhalation. Let go. And no hurry here. Let's release again. Release, exhale, let go. Be in the moment. Don't think about anything except your breath and your body's messages to you. Just roll easy onto your back. Stretch out those legs, reach the arms overhead. Breathe in and stretch the body long. And just for something a little different, let's put the feet close to the hips again, knees pointing up, hands next to your hips, fingertips pointing towards your heels. Let's lift those hips up again, up into your bridge. Hold it in a nice strong bridge. Just keep breathing. If you want, you can walk your shoulders together under your upper back and clasp your hands together under your tailbone. Plant your feet strong on the floor and push the hips up a little higher. Allow your breathing to really inflate your belly big and round like a bellows. And then blow out through the lips and flatten the belly flat. Bellows breathing is awesome. Let's try about 5 deep breaths like that. Breathe in and out. Blow out through your lips. Breathe in through your nose. Blow out through your lips. 2 more times. One more time. Release the hands and reach the hands straight up for the shoulders, straight to the ceiling. Round your back and drop yourself slowly down to the floor. Stretch the legs out. Arms can go wherever feels comfortable. Relax. Relax deeply and fully. Let your feet flop outwards. Let your fingers curl naturally. Think of your breath. Think of your body heavy on the floor, supported by the earth. Nice. Let's bring up that left knee into the chest and gently hug it in a few times and release. Hug it in gently. It should feel good. And then extend the leg up. Use your strap if you want, or interlock your fingers behind your knee or thigh. And gently pull the leg 1 or 2 inches towards your face and release. Start slow, don't expect a lot too fast. Easy going. Find that range of motion and breathe with the movement. Exhale as the leg comes close to the face. Inhale as it drifts back towards your comfort zone. Find it. That therapeutic edge, give it a little nudge back away. Let's hold the leg at or near the edge of your range of motion for a 30-second static stretch. Try to relax through the back of the leg. Keep breathing. Now that we've been patient, if you feel the urge to go a little bit deeper, you can, or you can just stay where you are if that's a good place for you. This is where the real therapy happens. Stretch and breathe deep, gentle, easy going. And we release the leg, bend the knee, cross it over the body, roll up on the opposite hip, find the floor with your foot, bend both knees a little bit, open the arms out from the shoulders, relax into your reclined spinal twist. Listen to the body with love, breathe air and healing energy into that spot that's talking to you, if anything is talking to you. Stay quiet in the mind. And know that whatever you ask for shall be given to you. Healing or forgiveness or openness. Any natural tendency that may be in your body to hold, to feel like it needs to support. Remember, healing is in the release and the exhalation, deep and full, trusting that it's okay to let go. And of course, as always, you can make any little adjustment that you want to make it even more luxurious, even more releasing and relaxing and deep and healing. Be here. Be now. This is your life. Be grateful. Awesome. Let's roll onto our backs again when you're ready. And bring your hands now next to your hips, this time palm facing the floor, and your fingers spread gently outward. And stretch those legs out. Bring them down and stretch them up. Bring them down, stretch them up. I'm going to ask you to do it with a little bit of vigor, a little bit of energy, kicking the ceiling a bit. Kick, maybe even kick enough to get your hips off the ground for a split second. Kick, 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 kick up, kick up, kick up faster if you can. Don't let it bother your knees though, not so fast that it bothers any part of your body. Just asking the muscles and the tissues to have a little bit of a jiggle to them. You can kick one leg at a time if you want. Kick, kick, kick. All right, and then rock on up to seated. And let's get up on hands and knees. Up onto your table position. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips and your fingers are spread wide and your fingertips pressing into the earth, pressing into your yoga mat. Be sure you push your wrists into the floor to elevate your chest throughout the cat and cow transition. We're going to drop the head and tailbone, lift the middle of the back up, come back through table and lift the face, lift the tailbone, let the middle of the back sink down. Breathe as you move. Allow the body to have movement and flexibility and freedom. All right, come back to table and take one step forward with your hands and then send your tailbone back towards your heels. At the last minute, tuck it under and push forward. You don't have to go too far. Lift the tailbone, go all the way back towards your heels. At the last minute, tuck it under, push forward, undulating away through the spine, keeping that flexibility articulated through each of your lower half of your spine's vertebrae. All the way from tailbone up towards the thorax, sort of behind your rib cage. Coming down onto your tummy, all the way down to the floor. Bring your hands palm up, back by your hips, and drop your head, turn your face to one side. Let the shoulders sink down towards the floor. All right, bring those hands now up by your forehead, up by your top of your head, fingertips pointing in, elbows pointing out, and turn your toes in and your heels pointing out. If it's okay with your neck, turn your head the other way, look the other way. All right, let's come up. Head rises, arms rise, legs rise, airplane pose. Reach it out and up. Think about the strength of your torso, your shoulders, your back, and your rear end. Pulling the legs up. And if you want, you can reach your fingers back towards your legs and then reach them up, reaching up and forward. If that's okay with your shoulders, if it feels okay, sort of like a big butterfly slowly moving through the air. Inhale and exhale. 3 more times if you're moving with me. That's once, twice, and 3 times. Bring it back up and come on down, back to toes pointed in, fingertips pointed in, heels pointed out, elbows pointed out, head turned to one side. Relax. Feel your heart beating. All right, folks, let's bring the feet together now and let the heels kind of push together a little bit, the toes push together a little bit, the knees push together a little bit, and hands under your shoulders. Come up just a little bit, lifting the head, and bring those elbows under your shoulders. Hands face down, fingers spread wide. Press your elbows into the floor and lift your face. Elevate the top of the chest. Sphinx pose. Gazing forward, maybe a foot in front of your fingertips on the floor. All right, drop it down, and hands under your shoulders. Press back to pose of a child, all the way back to pose of a child. Make sure you feel settled and balanced and relaxed. Drop your head. Ready, we're going to rise back up to table and do a few more cat and cows. Arch it and sway. Keep cat and cowing. I'm going to catch up with you. I just need to tuck my shirt in. We're going to turn those toes under now and lift the knees off the ground and relocate your feet to a good position to find your good downward dog. Press your hands into the floor. Drop your head. Let your top of your head point down towards the yoga mat. Lift the top of your hip bones up and back. Stretch by pressing your hands in the floor. And maybe your rib cage reaches a little bit towards the tops of your thighs. Downward dog. The stretch we learned from watching our dog. Let's shift the weight left and pick up the right heel, and then shift the weight right, pick up the left heel, back and forth like you're walking your dog. Take it for a walk, back and forth, left and right. Breathe as you move. And then come back to your perfect balanced downward dog. Drop the head again, push the chest towards the thighs. Lift the tailbone up and back, rest your hands into the floor. And then bring your knees back on down. Okay, we're going to try our 70-second plank with our special maneuvers like one leg up, one leg up, one hand up, one hand up. Now you can do all of that with us, or you can do part of it with us. If it's too much for you, come out and take a rest. No problem. It's not for everybody. You could also be on your elbows if that's better for you. Instead, a lot of people have problems with their wrists. That's a problem I often have. So elbows is also an option. We're going to be up on our toes and hands or toes and elbows. Bring that rear end down so your body is shaped like a plank of wood. Hold strong. Think about being a little bit arched up in the middle of your back. And looking down, not looking forward. All right, let's see if we can lift that left leg up, heel reaching up. And down, other leg reach it up. And down. Come back to your perfect, awesome plank. Let's take the left hand, touch the right shoulder. And bring it back down. Right hand, touch the left shoulder. And bring it back down. Left hand, touch the left hip. And bring it back down. Right hand, touch the right hip. And bring it back down. Return to your perfect plank. And Spider-Man knee comes close to elbow. 1 and 2. Other side. 1. Other side. 2. Let's go again. And last time. Return to your plank. Knees down. Come back to seated. Good job. So what I'd like to do next is downward dog, plank, upward dog, plank, downward dog, plank, upward dog, plank, and downward dog. If that's okay with you, that's what we're going to do. If not, you can do anything in that sort of pattern and meet us in downward dog at the end. If your wrists are bothering you, you might want to pass on this. Sometimes it's just a little too much for the wrist. Okay, so we're going to start in downward dog. Come on up. Make sure you feel really strong in your downward dog. You may need to take a little step forward with your hands to come into plank and push your heels back. That's something under my foot. I don't know what that is. All right, now you can drop your knees if you want. You can stay up on your toes if you want. Just start to look up towards the top of the wall in front of you, dropping your hips. And then come back to plank. And back to downward dog. Reposition your feet. Press away with your hands. Drop your head. Lift your hips. Step back. Plank. And we're getting ready for downward dog. You can drop your knees if you want, or you can stay up on your toes. Lift your face to look up the wall in front of you. And then back to plank, looking down. All right, go back to downward dog, and this is where we'll stay for a moment. Drop the head. Thank you for that, beautiful. Let's take a step towards our hands, and then the hands move back towards the toes, and bring all your body's weight onto your feet. Begin to move your hips like a figure eight. Let your head and arms and chest hang from your hips like a rag doll. Change direction, go the other way around your infinity symbol, hips moving through a figure eight shape. You can bend your knees or not as you like. All right, come back to the center and allow your hands to cross and hang. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Crisscross your hands and let them hang on. Then let them sort of swing like a swing set. When you're ready, release your hands back to the floor. Bend your knees a lot so your hips drop down. Maybe your chest is actually laying on your thighs. And let's take the right hand up to the ceiling and look in the direction it went. Bring it down. Left hand up to the ceiling, look in the direction it went. Down. Right hand up and down. Left hand up and down. One more time. Right hand up. Left hand up. Both hands down. Drop your head. Lower those hips. Beautiful. Hands to your knees. Press against your knees. Walk up your thighs. Let's get ready for a standing pose. How's everybody doing? Good? I hope so. All right, let's just roll the shoulders back. Bend the knees, bring them forward, stand up tall, roll them back. 3 more times. Breathe a lot. And then bicycle over the front. Take those shoulders on a little bike ride. Over the front. All right. Reach up and back. Bend the knees, sweep it up, and let it sway back. Wide arms. Breathe. Lift forward. Reach back and up. Just your right hand this time. Reach it up. Look up at your right hand. Shake your left hand, let it hang, look up, reach up, loose on the left side, reaching, 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 reaching with the right side. And then sweep it down, left arm, sweep it up. Shake your right hand, make sure it's really hanging down there, look up, reach with the left side. Reach, reach, reach higher than you ever thought you could. Reach up and look up, keep breathing, reach. And sweep it down gently. Nice standing, nice straddle. And let's take that right arm up and over. The left hand reaching down towards the knee. Let's try not to let the shoulder in front. Keep it up over as if your whole body is between two panes of glass. All right, come on up. Cartwheel the arms over. Slide the hand down by the knee and stretch the side body, armpit, and the rib cage area. And then come back up. Both hands reach up. And turn your toes out, heels in. Let your knees come over your toes and bring your hands to prayer pose. Let's float a little left and right. And back to the center. Reach it up. Bring your feet under your hips. Roll the shoulders back. Let the arms hang. Mountain pose. Simple as can be, but so much going on. It's all about your feet. Press your balls of your feet and your heels into the ground. Let the arch, the middle of the foot rise. Let that rising arch energy lift the knees, tighten the thighs, tuck in the belly, lift the chest. Tailbone tucks under, shoulders go back, arms hang, top of the head reaches up, and it all comes from the arch of the foot lifting. Are you ready for our balance challenge? Have you got something to keep you a little bit steady in case you get wobbly? I've got my tripod. Maybe you've got a chair or the wall or a table nearby. Something that will allow you to feel secure rather than all wobbly, because sometimes we lose our balance a little bit. It's normal, it's natural. So we're going to start with tree and place all your weight on your right leg. Let your left leg just be a little loose hanging. Remember, it's that upward energy, just like with mountain pose, in that standing leg that allows you to keep your balance up all the way to the top of the head, reaching up. So remember, we're not going to put the foot at the knee. That's not recommended. And remember, this knee needs to go out, not forward, not a little bit, all the way out to the side. Lifting from the standing foot. You can put your arms out to the side or up or at prayer pose or down. And there goes my balance. Down. And let's just take our wrists and circle them for a moment. Remember, I mentioned before that we use a concept called the drishti. It's just a focal point, some place to put your eyes, which helps you a little bit to keep focused and keep balanced. All right, let's shift all our weight to the other leg now and find that place that we want to put the foot. You can keep your toes on the ground if you're really wobbly and just have your heel up. That's allowed. Or you can be at your calf, or you can bring that foot all the way up to the thigh with the heel near the groin. Tree pose. I think I'm going to have mine on my calf today. And try and lift from the foot to the top of the head, finding the balance tall and strong. Ready, come down and shake those wrists again, shake your ankles. Okay, let's do some practical stuff. We have a few minutes together left. So, what's practical? Getting dressed. So first we're going to put on our pants. So imagine you've got your pants in your hand, pick your foot up and put your foot through the leg. And then the other one. So just a maneuver. Pick the leg up, put your pants on. You can bend forward and then straighten up. Bend forward, straighten up. All right, now we're going to put on a shirt. Shrug your shirt on. Shrug your jacket on. Shrug, shrug. Get that shirt on. Get that jacket on. All right. Now we're going to put on our shoes and tie the laces. So it takes balance. Bring up a foot. Reach forward. Tie your shoe. Tie your shoe. Tie. Put it on and tie it. Put it on and tie the shoe. One more time. Put on the shoe and tie it. Let's put on the shoe. Put on the shoe and tie it. All right, lovely. Reach those arms up for me. Let's make ourselves into a 5-pointed star. Look up at the ceiling, reach your fingers wide, breathe in, elevate your heart. Bring the hands up overhead. Find your prayer, bring it to your heart. Turn your toes out. And see if you can lower yourself down into the yoga squat. See if you can do it. Elbows inside the knees, all the way down. Lower that tailbone. Heels on the ground if you can. Once you're in your yoga squat, and if you need to sit first and then work your way into it, that's okay. Press those knees against the elbows, but resist the movement of this compression of the knees because the arms hold strong. Prayer hands at your heart, elevate your chest. Squeeze your shoulders back, lift the top of your head. Really drop your tailbone. We're going to put the hands on the floor and go into a forward fold. So dropping the head and lifting the rear end. Hands to the floor, drop the head, lift the rear end. Forward fold. And then return down to yoga squat. How was that? And let's sway a little bit, or oscillate. Left and right, just a small movement. Maybe hum. Put a vibration into the body. All right, I'm going to get you out of that yoga squat now. Come on down onto the floor. Let's just do a nice easy caterpillar pose. Forward fold with the legs soft, back rounded, and the head dropped. The feet slightly apart. Walking the fingers down towards the ankles, towards the instep. Drop the head. About your head being so heavy that it pulls the body down a little bit lower. And every time you exhale, just sink down a hair deeper into your forward fold. Everything's soft and heavy. Stay with your present moment here. Release and drop that head even more. When you're ready, come up. Return to our comfortable, easy position, seated position. I'm just checking to see who's here. There's a couple of new people. I'm appreciating those new people more and more. It's nice to see some new people, but I also love our regulars that have been with me for over 2 years now. Since the pandemic started, we've been doing this online since we couldn't meet in person anymore. Darn, I sure would like to be meeting in person again, but that's the situation that we're in with our seniors group here on St. Martin. All right, folks, let's do an Om together. Om from home, yeah? So we're going to breathe in and synchronize our breath. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, and we'll start with O as in ocean, M as in mom, and just let it be your full exhalation. So in we go, breathe in. O. Exhale all the way and let it go. Inhale. Let's Om again. Om. Inhale. Thank you for that lovely, wonderful energy. So I thought maybe I could read a little bit to you from a book that I've been reading recently, Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. And found this one passage. I thought it was kind of valuable to me. Maybe I could share it with you. This is talking about the ego and how we have that voice in our head that talks all the time, and a lot of people think that that is them, that is their self. And actually, no, your true self is much deeper, and the ego is actually not you. It's just kind of your programming. So positive emotions generated by the ego already contain within themselves the opposite into which they can quickly turn. So positive emotions can quickly turn to their opposites if they're generated by the ego. Some examples. What the ego calls love is often just possessiveness, addictive clinging that can turn into hate within a second. Anticipation about an upcoming event, excitement about something that's going to happen, can be the ego's overvaluation of the future, and it easily turns into its opposite, disappointment or letdown, when the event is over and it maybe doesn't fulfill the ego's anticipation or expectations. Another example is praise and recognition may make you feel alive and happy, but the next time you're criticized or ignored, you feel dejected and unhappy. Maybe like when you're at a party, you're having so much fun, and the next day you're hungover. It's like the opposite. But these are shallow emotions generated by the ego. In this realm, there is neither good nor bad, high without low. The ego-generated emotions are derived from the mind's identification with external factors, which are, of course, all unstable and liable to change at any moment. External factors affect our emotions. We know that's true, right? But deeper emotions are not really emotions at all. They're states of being. Emotions exist within realms of opposites, but states of being, which can be obscured, actually have no opposite. They innate from you as you truly are. Love, joy, peace. These are aspects of your true nature. So I thought I'd share that with you if I had time, which I did. And if you're interested in this book, it's Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth, and I've been reading it recently, and it's really very deep and very interesting and helpful. So I recommend anything that he's written or watch his videos. You get a lot out of it. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here today, and we'll be back live on Facebook at Yoga with Lisa SXM next Tuesday at 10 a.m. St. Martin time. I thank you so much for joining me. I grant you my most sincere namaste. Stay well, stay peaceful, and spread the love.